You guys, welcome to another video. Yeah, I'm always excited. I'm always excited when I have the time to record video for you guys to give you a bit of insight to the market. It's always a joyful moment. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. So yeah. So today's focus will be on USDT dominance because I realize I've not really done much for the past couple of months. I've not really analyzed USDT dominance for you guys. So that will be the focus for today. Right. So before we dive right in, remember guys, this is strictly for educational purpose, not a substitute or should not be a substitute for a financial advice. Guys, let's start. So, I USDT dominance again to recap. You know what it does, what it means. It is inversely correlated to Bitcoin and crypto market. So essentially, when USDT dominance is bullish, we expect that the market is what bearish and vice. We expect that the crypto market is bearish and vice versa. Right. So I've done a couple of drawing because of time, so that I won't have to start doing that when the video starts. Yeah. So, but to give a bit more context, a little bit more context into USDT dominance and what I want to talk about, uh, map out these other blocks, which are the major other blocks, and you can see it's like a block upon block, layer upon layers, right? And very, very, very close to each other. And each time price retests previous block, it rallies off, retest, rallies off, retest, rallies off. And we know that when USDT dominance takes takes off, then crypto market declines, right? So, um, or most probably decline, right? And vice versa. Now, uh, and you can see from the way I you know draw the other blocks and the rest, can see it follows closely and nicely like a mirror of the previous one, except for this one that we have here. Now, this block, you might argue that okay, after we retest this, yeah, and um, we retested this block, we rallied or we broke the last high, then you expect that oh, this one should hold. However, if you look at the other ones, you will see that they are very close. They are a close shot, like very close. Like it's like you're putting a block on top of the previous one. However, but if you look at this one, the gap, the distance between this one and the previous block is high. So you might say it's not valid. It's invalid for this particular um, context, right? So that is why um, yeah, so that is the reason in case you are having that question in mind. In case you are having it in mind. So I'm going to delete this. Right, so you can see it follows nicely like that, like that, like that. And then we have this last one. Yeah, so we expect that given the historical event, this should be the next point where it will be the best time to sell off crypto. Now we know when to sell. What about when to buy? Now, before I go into that, I want us to have uh, an understanding of this concept of reversal. Reversal. Ideally, we only have two type of reversal, which is double bottom, double top. Every other, no matter what you want to call it, is a derivative of this double top, double bottom. If you call it triple top, triple bottom, out of it, you still have double top, you still have double bottom, right? If you call it Adam and Eve and Adam, it's still double top, double bottom. If you call it failure string, not failure string, it's still the same thing. You're still talking about it, the same thing, right? No matter the indicator or whatever it is that I want to call it, yeah, it still boils down to double top, double bottom. Now, I've said it before, I think in my private channel, that the most powerful type of reversal signal is failure swing. Failure swing meaning that when price attempt to take the last high or the last low in case of, in the converse, in contrast. Now um from here you can see we form a higher high, right? And then immediately we broke down and form a lower low, right? Or a new low, right? Which is like a change of character, right? And when price attempt to take out the last high, I mean the higher high, it fails. That's a failure swing, right? So this is in the ICT concept. This is what you call Quasimodo, right? Because you have this bullish structure. You break the last high, form higher high, but immediately you went ahead to break the higher low to form a low or a lower low, right? So meaning that there's a liquidity grab here and then sell off. And so when price returns to that Quasimodo or wherever the area of interest is, it's sell off, continue to sell off. So that's a failure swing, right? So with this concept, I've realized that that's the most accurate, um, the most powerful, as far as this instrument USDT dominance is concerned. It's the most powerful um, um, indicator of reversal, and but I mean indicator of when to buy. Mostly the most probable indicator of the best time to buy crypto is when we have this breakdown. Not even waiting for this return and then sell off, because if you look at the weekly chart you can see USD dominance has been on bullish trend as far as we um, since we have this data, the data available since 2018. You can see it's on higher high, higher low. It has been on higher high, higher low. So the only time we get to you know buy or rally in the crypto market is when we have a correction, or even a pullback, right? From USDT dominance, right? So I want to say, unless we dive into the lower time frame, then we can see this play out. But on the higher time frame, we have not really seen this pull up and then continue to sell off. So that's why the best time to now say is when we have this breakdown, right? When we have this breakdown from this resulting from this liquidity grab. Okay, uh, enough talk. So let's look at this example. So you can see we have an example here, like a textbook example here. Which shows that it would be uh, sort of profitable. So sort of profitable if we say on the confirmation, when this candle breaks down. We like it's like, okay, a proper this was a higher high, and then we broke from another higher high, and then we had this breakdown. So the best time to sell, I mean to buy crypto, I mean, or profitable moment or time to buy is when the price break below this candle, right? This candle. So let's see another example. Let's map up another high. We have this high, right? We have this high, which is the major one, or was the major one, right? However, you see, we won't take this because the body of the candle didn't close. So another condition is that the body of the candle has to close above before eventually breaking down. So we can't take this. So if you look at the next candle, the next eye, which is this one, right? We can see we have this the body actually closed above it, and eventually we have this candle breaking down. However, we didn't see a follow up, meaning that the next candle didn't trade below the low of this candle. So we won't take this, right? So we move to the next eye. Oh, sorry about that. We move to the next eye, which is this one right here. So what happened? We have this just a week, but However, we now have this candle, the body closing above it, right? However, immediately we see a reversal, and the next candle proves that, oh, this is a breakdown. So the best time, again, using this concept, would have been this would have been the best period, best time to buy January 2020, right? We'll buy into this next order block, right? So when we reach this other block, then we need to sell. We need to sell. So February 2020, we now expect that crypto market should decline or continue to sell off, right? So, but if we buy um, in January, we will have been profitable and then sell into this February order block, right? Or the retest of the order block, and so on and so on. So we can follow it because of our time, but you can check it yourself, right? This another one right here. This another one right here. See this, right? And then sell off into this other block, right? Let me delete this one. You can see. So if I um do this, you see the body close above, and immediately you see the next one close below, and we have a follow up because the price actually trade below. So the best time, or the most probable profitable time, right, to buy crypto again will be October 2020, and then the best time to now sell will be um March, February, February 2021, March, right, 2021 to sell, right? That's another one. Remember, I'm using the weekly. This you can do the same on lower time frame like 2 days, 3 days, or daily, right? Or daily. So yeah, so it's possible if we use 3 days for this one, we'll have caught another good entry here in July 2021, and then we'll be able to sell um October 2021 and what have you, right? So just like a quick example so that you understand what I'm trying to say, right? So best time to sell, best time to buy, you have it. Now, what we already know when to sell, but when it is a good time for us to buy, that is what we want to determine. We want to know if it's the right time to buy or not, or we have missed out on that, or this just basically based on what we have so far, what we have discussed. So now we have to point out, right, that we have this eye here. Definitely we have this, and what happened right here, price, uh guys, think my CPU is in trouble already because I have many application open. But you see, this will be the best time. I like the most profitable time to buy be July 2022, right? Because of what we have here, right? Because of this uh Quasimodo, will have made a little profit. However, if we are waiting now, you see, if we buy July 2022 and we hold because this is not, to me, it's not invalidated yet, right? The point at which it will be invalidated will be this point right here, because this is another eye. So when we break this eye, and then yeah, we will now be looking for the entry when to buy. If it turned out to be a liquidity grab, right? Just like this one, right? So, but until then, this is what we still have, right? So, uh, now we'll be waiting, we'll be holding until we test this block and then we sell off. But let's go to lower time frame. For example, let's go to 2 days quickly. Now, um, we still have all this lined up, right? But from this last order block, we have this trend, right, which was broken here. So another good time to buy crypto is January, right? January 2023. I mean January 2023, because we broke down this trend, right? And we have this other block um, that's not been mitigated. So I said the other is a must retest, and eventually on March uh, March 10, or yeah, 8th 10th of March, we retested it, and then crypto market rallies rallies off. Now on this lower time frame, we have this range. We have this range. You can see. Um, Let me take this out. We have this range, and we took out this low, and when this low is taken out, this liquidity is taken out, we expect that the high also will be taken out. That's the next thing. However, I can see price tried to do that but fail. It didn't I didn't bring this up. The last USD dominance video that I made, or where I talked about USD dominance, I said, because I had this squiggle where I was expecting that this I will be taken out. When that happened, you always, yeah, I'm confident, I'll be much more confident to buy, because that means what will happen is a liquidity grab, and then we'll be able to, that will give us a signal to buy, and then we continue to hold till we retest this block, right? But it never happened. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And what has been happening since then is we are still within the range. It might still happen, and I'm like, yeah, I still believe it will happen. However, it might not, right? So, because, and what will have given me another confidence that we will take this eye, we take it out, is if this must retest other block didn't hold or failed to hold. But perfectly, it held, like we just retest it and then continue, right? So that's a bit of uh what it's important to take note of that. Yeah, we can't just overlook that. And then I was able to again pick out another range which is between these two yellow lines. Is the yellow, is the orange? Yeah, you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, so because we have this um deviation from here, and then before we now fall back into the range, and then what happened, we add another deviation, but I wouldn't call this deviation now, because we now have the real body outside. Like, had it been, we have something like this, like, right, it will have been proper to say, okay, this is a deviation, we fall back in, and then we can now expect that we are going to take out this eye, right? So, but now that's not happening. So my point of interest, right, is this two. This has happened, perfectly retested it, and then rejected, and that is why we have this rally from 19K to where we are at the moment, right? So now what I'll be looking for is breakdown of this orange line. If that happens, then I will expect, I will expect, I will expect that, yeah, market is going to continue to rally into this first, this line, this level, and it might we might have a week that goes down to this block. But this block is going to happen, and when that happen, you had better sell. You had better sell, right? So, but for now, because if you look at it, this, right, this will have been, we might want to form the range like this, instead of having this, instead of having the level drawn here. To have been here, but I drew this level here because it's a point of interest. Like, if price breaks down here, I'm not talking about weeks now. This first line, if 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 price breaks this down, if this fails to hold, then it's a confirmation that, yeah, we continue to buy, we continue to rally, right? However, if we just have a week just like we are having here, I would have said confidently now, had it been this week that we had here, fell below this second line, but it didn't. It didn't. So now, we should be watching out for is, one, price breaking down this orange line. And what happens here? If you just form a wick below this, and then immediately we reclaim this orange line, the first one. In fact, let me give this another color so it doesn't confuse. Yeah, so we have this. This is the range. We already had a deviation here, fall back in, and then now what happened now? We expect that the same thing will happen here, or so whatever happen we determine where we're going. So if we break down, if we fail to take this low, this one, this level, then yeah, the market is going nowhere. Market is going nowhere. We'll just be dancing around 20, 24, 28, 24, 28, or even 19, right? Depending if we are still within this range, right? So what will happen, what will tell us where we are going, right, is we will claim uh, this mid range, and by extension this one right here. If we reclaim them, if we reclaim, then we know that, yep, the next point is this high, which will be very very bearish for crypto market. However, if we take out this other one, right, if we take out this lower range, and or we break down this lower range, and we know that, oh, it will be very bullish. It will be a very bullish case for Bitcoin and crypto, right? So yeah, that's what I want to show you guys. Like, I would like to go into much details, but being mindful of how long my videos are going forward. Yeah, so guys, and if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, so that more people will see this, and it will give him more motivation to do more, right? So guys, again, you know when to sell, you know when to buy. um yeah, so I was talking about, if we move down to the lower time frame, the other time, you can see, we can see this nicely. We will be able to cash this buy from July down to, yeah. So guys, you have it again. We are moving between these two range. We already have a deviation here. If we reclaim it, it's bad. If we break this down, it's good for the bulls. I hope I've not I've not further confused, but rather give you more insight. Yeah. and just a little about DJI. Um, what my position is about DJI, DJT. They are the most accurate, powerful indicator of for entire financial market, right? So this I'm mindful of this. If this turned out to be Morningstar, like end up being bullish, and we had a continuation out of this other block, then you might say, yeah, the market is going to rally. By market, I mean all the market, financial market, I mean stock market, stuff like that. However, if this turn out to be not to be Morningstar, uh, I'm afraid we are selling. We are selling. The same thing with DJT, which is transportation index. You can see it's a retest of the block again, and this might just be um, so this might just be like a fake out by retesting and then continue to go up. However, if we successfully break down this other block, you know that it's going to be a sell. It's going to be a sell. So the two are correlated, and you can see from there. So what you should be looking out for, you should watch out um, for this one, for both DJI and DJT, is what happened here this week. We end up being bullish like this one. Eventually, we might have, just like we have in the crypto market, what happens here. We have this, and we form this morning star. If that happens, it's going to be bullish, extremely bullish, right? So guys, for Bitcoin, I already said 20 k, and I already map out this level, yeah. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, and you can see this level is still holding, right? I don't see personally, I don't see, like I said yesterday in my private channel, 80% certain that we're going to sell off, but the remaining 20% lies with the Fed. If the Fed decide to pause hike, and that's a bullish, no matter how you want to call it, that's a bullish sentiment, and it's going to make the market to rally, unless another news terrible happen. And they have already started printing, but they are not injecting yet, right? But they have already started printing money to save the banks as usual. Now guys, um you know we have taken this liquidity upside. We expect this one to be taken as well. 18k, I'm holding on to it, but follow my Twitter to see two of my theses. We already have two theses, and one is this 18k. Another one is I can't pull up the chart now because of time. I'm mindful of that. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you very much for amazing support. I love you guys, and uh, we are all gonna make it. Yeah, yeah, we are gonna make it. We are all gonna make it. See you next time, guys. Ciao.